Imagine standing on a mountaintop, looking out at the vast landscape below. From this vantage point, you can see everything: the rivers, the forests, the valleys, the towns. You can see how everything is connected, how everything fits together. Now, imagine that this mountaintop is your awareness, and the landscape is your life. From the perspective of awareness, you can see the bigger picture. You can see how your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, and your experiences are all interconnected. And in that seeing, you find clarity, understanding, and peace. In this episode, we'll explore how awareness transforms your life, how it helps you see the bigger picture, break free from old patterns, and live with greater freedom and purpose. Let's start with a simple question. What is awareness? Awareness is the space in which everything happens. It's the background to your thoughts, your feelings, your sensations, and your experiences. It's what allows you to notice these things in the first place. Without awareness, there would be no experience. And yet, most of us are so caught up in the content of our experience, the thoughts, the emotions, the stories, that we forget about the space in which they arise. We forget about awareness itself. So, how do you access this awareness? How do you step back from the content of your mind and tap into the space behind it? The answer is simple, but not easy. You practice. You train your mind to notice when it's caught in thought, and you gently bring your attention back to the present moment. It's like building a muscle. The more you do it, the stronger it becomes. Here's an exercise to try. Close your eyes if you can and just listen. Listen to the sounds around you. The hum of the air conditioner, the chirping of birds, the distant noise of traffic. Now, shift your attention to your breath. Feel the air moving in and out of your body. Notice the rise and fall of your chest. And as you do this, notice something else: the thoughts that arise. Don't engage with them. Don't try to push them away. Just notice them. Say to yourself, "Oh, there's a thought." And then bring your attention back to your breath. This simple practice is the foundation of awareness. It's the art of observing your thoughts without getting caught in them. And the more you do it, the more you'll realize something extraordinary. You are not your thoughts. You are the awareness behind the thinking. You are the space in which thoughts arise and pass away. And in that space, you'll find a sense of peace and freedom that's beyond words. Now, let's go deeper. Awareness isn't just a passive observer. It's also a gateway to transformation. When you observe your thoughts, you create space between yourself and them. And in that space, you have a choice. You can choose to engage with the thought, or you can choose to let it go. This is the power of awareness. It gives you the freedom to respond rather than react. It allows you to break free from old patterns and create new ones. Think about a thought that's been troubling you. Maybe it's a worry about the future, a regret about the past, or a fear about the present. Now, imagine stepping back from that thought. Imagine observing it from a distance, like a cloud passing through the sky. Notice how it feels. Does the thought still have the same power over you? Or does it feel smaller, less significant? This is the magic of awareness. It allows you to see your thoughts for what they really are: temporary, fleeting, and ultimately harmless. Here's another exercise. The next time a thought arises, whether it's a worry, a fear, or a doubt, don't engage with it. Don't try to change it or push it away. Instead, simply notice it. Say to yourself, "Oh, there's a thought," and then let it go. Imagine it as a leaf floating down a river. You don't need to grab it or stop it. You just need to watch it pass by. The more you practice this, the more you'll realize that thoughts are just thoughts. They're not you. They're not reality. They are simply mental events passing through the vast space of your awareness. As you begin to let go of the need to control your thoughts, something remarkable happens. The mind begins to quiet on its own, not because you forced it to, but because you stopped feeding it with your attention. You stopped giving it power. And in that space of stillness, you'll find something you've been searching for all along: peace. Not the peace that comes from controlling the world around you, but the peace that comes from letting go of the need to control anything at all. Now, let's explore how awareness transforms your life. When you live from a place of awareness, you see the bigger picture. You see how everything is connected, how everything fits together. You see how your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, and your experiences are all part of a larger whole. And in that seeing, you find clarity, understanding, and peace. Think about it. When you're caught in a thought, it feels like the most important thing in the world. It consumes your attention, your energy, your focus. But when you step back and observe that thought from the perspective of awareness, it loses its power. It becomes just one small part of a much larger picture. And in that space, you find freedom. Freedom from the need to control. Freedom from the need to know. Freedom to simply be. Here's an exercise to try. The next time you're feeling overwhelmed by a thought or an emotion, pause for a moment and step back. Imagine yourself standing on that mountaintop, looking out at the vast landscape of your life. Notice how small that thought or emotion feels from this perspective. Notice how it's just one small part of a much larger whole. And in that noticing, you'll find a sense of peace and freedom that's beyond words. As you begin to live from a place of awareness, something remarkable happens. Your life begins to transform. You start to see through the illusions of the mind. You realize that much of what you believe about yourself and the world is not true. It's just a story, a narrative your mind has created to make sense of the world. And in that realization, you find freedom. Freedom from the need to control. Freedom from the need to know. Freedom to simply be. In the next episode, we'll explore how to deepen this sense of freedom and uncover the true nature of the self. Until then, take a moment to practice awareness. Notice the world around you. Notice the sensations in your body. Notice the thoughts in your mind. And in that noticing, you'll find everything you've been looking for. Your friend, philosopher, and guide, Dr. Surendra.